Good morning. Welcome once again. I only do this when I have a message. I don't just come live early in the morning like this. But most times when I receive a message, I feel the urge to share it. That's why you see me live in the morning, early in the morning. So I welcome you. This is the day the Lord has made. So I was thinking about something yesterday. I said, even if I decide I don't want to serve God anymore, I don't want to believe in God anymore, I don't want to pray anymore, I don't want to trust God anymore, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to replace God with? There's actually nothing. Actually, nothing. Have you thought about it? Like, if I decide that God is not doing well for me, let me go my way. Will I be able to help myself? Will I be able to do the things that I felt God didn't do for me? Will I be able to do them for myself? Will I be able to answer my own prayers? Okay, I won't pray anymore now. Or who will I start praying to? Is there any other God that deserves my time? Is there any other God that is better than our God? Have you found anyone? There is none. There is none. If you look back in time, look back in history, you will still see that knowing Jesus, being on the lost side, serving God, coming to God with your needs is still the biggest flex. It's still the best thing you can do for yourself. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. So if you're someone listening to me, but you've since stopped praying, you you don't feel that, oh, all this praying thing is worth it. I'm urging you to come back to God. There is no better solution. There is no better solution. If you're feeling depressed, if you're heartbroken, if you are in need, even when you're happy, it's still God that you will come to. You will find rest in Jesus. You will find rest. You will find peace. You will find assurance. If you look back in years, even if there are things you asked God for that He didn't do for you, if you look back in time, you will see that He has been faithful. He has been loving. He has been merciful. His grace has been abundant. He has been good and kind to his children, except you're not his child. As long as you're a child of God, it doesn't mean you will not pass through challenges, but even in the midst of all that challenges, you will still see that the Lord is good and his faithfulness endures forever. His faithfulness endures forever. Okay? His faithfulness, God's faithfulness endures forever. That is one thing I know about God. He's always faithful, constantly faithful. His faithfulness endures forever. Even in times that things are happening and it's like you don't understand what is happening anymore. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand why things are going on this way. I want you to just remember that God's faithfulness endures forever. At the end of at the end of everything, you will see why God allowed whatever happened to happen. You will see why, you will see that God still showed up. You see that God was still there. You understand? In the midst of your trouble, at that time of trouble, you see that God is still there. You feel his warm embrace. You see his warm embrace. So there was something that God taught me actually. That's why I came online. I said, let me teach my people. So I welcome you all. I welcome you. Um, that when we have needs, when we have needs, we tend to ask God. Let's say you want to buy a shoe, for instance. You want to buy a shoe. There is this possibility that you'll be asking God for money. God, I need money. God, I need money to buy shoes. God, I need money to do so and so thing. Please give me money for this and for that. Now, first thing I want you to learn from today's life, from joining, is that you need to stop asking God for money. Okay? Stop asking God for money. Money is not a thing in heaven. There's no money in heaven. Stop asking God for money. If you know what you need that money for, tell God that directly that I need to so and so thing. Okay, let me use this shoe that I used as example. Like 2 Sundays ago, I was just saying that I need to buy a new shoe. I've been wearing the same shoe for a very long time. So it was something I needed. I said, I need a shoe. This one shoe I've been wearing for this one shoe I wear always. I want to have another one. It's not as if I have just one shoe, but the other ones, I don't like them, or maybe they are peeling already, or they don't always match with what I want to wear. So I have this one that is constantly, matching. So I'm always wearing it. So I said, God, I really need a shoe. But it's not as if I prayed about it. But somewhere in my mind, I was already planning of how to buy it. Surprisingly, the on the Sunday, hey God, 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 someone gave me a shoe as a gift. Someone gave me a shoe. I didn't tell this person I needed a shoe. Remember, the story about needing a shoe, the thought about needing a shoe was just in my mind. I didn't say it out. I didn't tell anyone. I thought about this, okay, yeah, as in 3 Sundays ago. Then 2 Sundays ago, I received the shoe. So last Sunday, as I was wearing the shoe, the Spirit of the Lord just ministered to me that, do you understand that God will always provide your needs? And you don't need to ask Him about money to provide those needs. That was when it occurred to me that, wow, 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 wow. Okay, this is the mistake we've been making. You want to buy something, you want to have something. And the next thing you're asking God that, oh God, give me money. Don't you know that God can just give you a car? You won't buy it. I wish you understand what I'm saying. There is nothing God cannot give you. Remember when Jesus wanted to pay tax collectors met Peter, and they asked him that, is it that your master doesn't pay tax? Peter said he pays, and he went to meet his master. Do you know that it just took word of mouth? Said, go to the river, go and catch a fish. Open up the fish. You're going to see a coin there. Now, did you ask yourself, how did Jesus know that there was a coin in a fish? How come Peter caught the exact fish that had the coin? Have you asked yourself that question? It just takes Jesus wanting a coin for there to be a coin in a fish. It just takes Jesus needing to pay tax for there to be a coin in a fish. So, whatever need you have, see, I want you to practice this. As you're listening to me this morning, think about something that you really need and say, Father, I need so and so thing. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Don't think about how you get it. Don't start saving money for it. Don't start budgeting, or don't in your mind start thinking, uh, how can I get this? It's not possible. It's too big. They don't have anybody. Who is God going to touch now? God always works in ways we don't understand. He doesn't follow the normal human route. Remember the guy at the pool of Bethsaida. The normal thing is that the Spirit of God will stir the water, and then the first person to enter will be healed. And this guy has been trying to be the first person to enter for years, 38 years. For 38 years, he has been trying to be the first person to jump into the water, but he has never succeeded. So when Jesus came to ask him that, do you want to be healed? He was picturing the normal process of that. The water will be stirred, you'll be the first person to jump in. That was what he was picturing. And he started complaining from there. He started complaining from there that, Lord, I don't have anybody. So to him, his healing is actually impossible, because he doesn't have anybody. He assumed that his healing is impossible. I don't have anybody. So nobody to throw me in first. That's what it means. I don't have anybody to throw me in first. And as long as I don't have somebody to throw me in first, I can't be healed. But then Jesus showed him that he does not need the water to be stirred before he heals him. So that thing you want, the process, God is not interested in the process. God does not need that process to provide your need. All he needs is for you to trust him, for you to come to a point in life where you say, whether I get this thing or not, I'll keep trusting God. I'll keep having my faith in God. I'll keep serving God. You have to come to that point in life where you say, there is no better option. Jesus. There is no one else. I don't want any other person. I don't want any other God. All I want is Jesus. All I need is Jesus. All I want is Jesus. All I need is Jesus. You have to come to that point in life where you have fixed your mind on God, where your mind is stayed on God, where you're not worried about what it takes to have what you want, where you're not worried about the process and how you are unable to follow through, where you're not so obsessed with the fact that you need money. You need money. That there's an obsession, because in our world, it's as if you don't have money, you don't have anything. Because everything costs money. To come life like this, it costs money. The moment you wake up, you're spending money. If you have children, they have to eat, it's money. They have to go to school, it's money. They have to wear clothes, it's money. If they fall sick, to go to the hospital, it's money. Even to go to church on Sunday, you need to spend money on transport. You need to give offering. So we're in a world where everything costs money. So most times we obsess over money. And everything we are doing, we are just thinking about, how do I make money from this? How am I going to get money? How do I monetize? That's the mindset. But I want you to shift from that money obsession and become obsessed with God. Become obsessed with God and trust Him for your needs. He's going to supply your needs according to His riches in glory. It's a promise. It's a promise. If God can give His Son, if He can give His Son, Jesus Christ, what is your need that He cannot provide? He can provide your need. If He can raise the dead, begin to, sometimes when you need something, I want you to begin to imagine the things that Jesus has done. Say, Jesus, you walked on water. You brought out coin from the mouth of the fish. You raised a dead man. You said you rise from dead after 3 days. What is this thing I need that you cannot provide for me? It's nothing. This is too small for you. And then make sure you're not asking for money. This is the new lesson I learned. We are not asking for money. We are asking for what we need. I want my rent paid. It's money you're going to pay with. But don't ask for money. Just tell God what you need. Lord, I want my rent paid. I need to pay my rent. God, provide for me. I trust you. I believe in you. I'm not going to obsess about this. I'm not going to worry. This does not mean you're not going to work. Because the Bible says that the Lord will bless the works of our hands. But you know that you've been working. So it's not about work. You've been working, but your work has not been able to provide your needs. You've been working, and when you look at the result at the end, it doesn't match with the effort you've put in. Or you've been working, you've been seeing result, but you need to go beyond. You've been on the same mountain for too long. You need to go beyond this level. You need to move away from a certain level. So you will walk, yes, but you will trust God. You will not obsess over money. You will trust God that you are a great provider. You have done it in the past. You have done greater things. Even yourself, apart from the things that God did in the Bible, there are things God has done for you that is greater than that small need you have. If they should open your eyes spiritually for you to see how God has been fighting your battles, for you to see how God has been making sure that you stay alive, that you don't cry, that you are not put to shame. If you see the things that God has been doing for you, the connections that you thought you got by yourself, but it was God that sent his angels to talk to these people about you. The visibility you got, someone discovered you from the internet or from somewhere, and they're asking for your services. You think that, it's because I've been putting myself out there, but it's been God. It was the angel of God that went to minister to them and brought and made them locate you. So if you know the magnitude of things that God has done for you, you won't be obsessing over money. You won't be worrying your pretty head, thinking of, how do I get money? God, I need money. How do I get money? God, I need money. No. Just trust God with your needs. Remind him of what his word said, that he will supply your needs according to his riches in glory. I hope you know it's in the word of God. The Lord will supply your needs according to his riches in glory. So that means he is so rich. Everything you're asking for, God has it already. Oh my God. Everything you're asking for. Do you know that God is so intentional that before he made man, he had to make the food, the water that man will drink, the air, the land where man will stay on. So your need is not, it's not something that God needs to go and create. What you need, God doesn't have to go and create it. It's already existing in his riches. The supply is available already, but it's just that you've not gotten it. So tell God your need. Don't talk about money. Tell God what you need, that thing you need money for. Tell God directly. And then trust that he is able. The Bible says that those who come to him, they have to first believe that he is. So as you're telling God your need, you have to first believe that God has what it takes to supply this very need. He has it, that this is available already, that God doesn't have to go create this thing for you, that it is available already. So you're trusting God for it, and then you're not obsessing. You're not obsessing. Let me state the steps clearly so that you understand what I'm saying. You have a need. You want to buy a car. Don't start asking God for money to buy a car. Tell God that you need a car. That's number one. Tell him that you need it. Number one. Number two, don't obsess over money. Don't start thinking, how do I get money? What do I sell? How business do I go to? What contract do I get? Who do I meet? Who do I talk to? No, you're not allowing God to do it for you. You want to do it for yourself. So don't obsess. Don't worry. Don't start strategizing. Don't start thinking of ways to get it. Don't obsess. Thirdly, trust God and speak his words back to him. That God, you said you're going to supply my needs according to your riches in glory. Lord, you said that you're going to give me everything I need, that I'll have in excess, even to give to others. Lord, you're the one who provided for the Israelites in the wilderness. Me, I'm not even in the wilderness. You had to make meats from heaven. So trust God that If you can do all these things, my need is small, I'm sure you can provide for me. I'm sure you can provide for me. Then finally, come to a place where your mind is made up that whether God does this thing or not, though, there is no better option. Whether God does this thing or not, there is no better option. That you're not going anywhere. You're not going to stop serving God. You're not going to stop trusting God. You're not going to stop believing in God. Okay? So these are the 4 basic things I've been talking about since morning. And I hope you understand it. I hope you get it. I hope this blesses you.